Being selfish is so looked down upon, but let me tell you, it is not only essential to you, but it is the best decision you can ever make in your life. Because being selfish is the day you finally decide to make decisions for yourself, to live life for yourself, to look for you first, to see what you want first, to live life for you first, and to do everything because you wish to and because you enjoy it. And I'm telling you, being selfish will feel as good as the water that runs down my throat. Imagine you have a jar of cookies. You have this jar of cookies, and everyone who gives you the puppy eyes, you just have to give them the jar of cookies. Because you're that type of person. You always care of what others look like. You always care of what others think. You're always the type to look over your shoulder at what the other person's looking. How's he looking at me? How's she looking at me? You're always the type of person to give the person 5 DMs, 5 WhatsApp messages on, hey, what's up? You okay? Why aren't you talking to me anymore? You're always the type of person to be worried on why this person could possibly be ignoring me. You're always the people pleaser. You're always the person who's going to make sure everybody else around them is happy before you are. So imagine you have this jar of cookies, and because you're the people pleaser, you're the type of person to give it to each and every person who gives you the puppy dog eyes. And they know you give them the puppy dog eyes, so they come to you. They know the other people are not going to give them the cookies they have, but they know you're going to give them your cookies, because every time they give you the puppy eyes, you give them because you want to please them, and you're just going to do anything it takes to not make them angry. So you're going to give them, you're going to make them happy, and because they're happy, you will think you feel happy, whereas you're almost as sad as when SpongeBob lost Gary, right? So you're giving everybody each and every one of your cookies every time someone gives you puppy eyes, until the jar actually gets empty. So the jar actually gets empty, and you're looking at it all the way at the bottom with the crumbs there. You're like, what the heck just happened? Because you just realized that this time, now that you want cookies, now that you want attention, now that you want that satisfaction they had, it can be given to you. Why not? Because you wasted too much fucking energy trying to please everybody else until yourself. So you're too tired to please yourself. You're too tired to do this. Even if you weren't tired, the cookie jar is finished anyway. I'll give you another example. Your friends are watching this Netflix series. Maybe it's season 3 of Drama Island or something. And they're telling you to watch it because it's awesome and it's going to change your life. And because of the peer pressure, and because you want to please them, and because you want them to see you as one of them, you will watch it, knowing that the times you watch it is the times you go to the gym. Instead of being selfish and saying, sorry guys, I gotta go to the gym at that time. I don't know if I'll be able to watch Drama Island. I don't know if I'll be able to watch this because it is a huge detriment to my time and my productivity in a day. You're gonna watch it, you're gonna finish the series, and you won't get that 6-pack. Unless you count that 6-pack of soda cans you had while watching that series. Then that's fine, that's on you. But that's just another example of what can happen to you if you're not self-aware. What can happen to you if you like being the people pleaser. People who are not selfish are always the people pleaser. And remember this, before you can become selfless, you have to become selfish. You must become selfish. You must know what it's like to put yourself first before every other thing. Everything is good and bad to a certain extent. Being selfish is great. It's amazing, and it is the best thing you can ever do. Being selfish was the best thing that ever happened to me because I decided to put time on myself. I stopped doing this to please my friends. Well, who I thought were my friends. I stopped hanging out with them. I stopped doing many things that I thought would make me look cooler. I started doing what I wanted. I started doing what I needed for myself. I started doing things I saw as best. I wasn't a people pleaser anymore. And that day was the best day of my life. Nothing tops that day. Unless you count other times in my life. But that will probably be the best day of your life too. If you have a friend who you're currently constantly messaging and they keep ghosting you and everything, just sit back and think of, what do I want, not what do they want. Just sit back for a second. I want you to sit back and think. You have the jar of cookies here. They don't call the spots. You do. You're the shot caller. You have the jar of cookies. You're the one who has to decide if they're going to go to the gym or stay and watch Netflix. So what will you do? Goodbye.